do want to point this out. I love how genuine she is. Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully, you click that like button as well. Share this bad boy, sub to the channel, and also when you get an opportunity, go inside of the descriptions and check out this book right here called The Ass Backwards Way to Move Forward. It's in the very first link. This is a really good book. You can read this in like, let's say a week, all right? Just give yourself 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. You can read this in a week. But if you give yourself an hour here, an hour there, you can read this in the weekend. All right? This is a really good book. Check it out. All right? Check it out. And on top of that, per book that you purchase, I get a couple of pennies. I get like 50 cents per 50 cents per book. I should have renegotiated my deal. All right, we got somebody from Walkaway Testimonials. Yeah, I remember when we did a video, we did an interview with Locked In with Zaza and her husband, and because they was on the Walkaway Testimonials, and they did a phenomenal job. This is just individuals telling their story about how they walked away from the Democratic plantation. Well, we got another beautiful young lady right here who's about to tell us her story and how she walked away from the Democratic plantation. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. Let's get into it.
I truly believe that this world was an awful place, and that as a Black woman of color, then my life was permanently going to be disastrous, just as the generations of the people behind me, and that I was powerless to stop it until the rest of the world changed. Hi, my name is Kate, and here's my walkaway story. So I am the product of an interracial relationship between a Black woman and a white man. My father left when I was 2 years old. He hopped on a Greyhound, and I didn't see him again until I was 8 years old. I was in foster care between the ages of 4 to 7. By the time I was 4, I'd already experienced homelessness.
Oh my God.
A family pet, domestic abuse, violence. I had kind of seen a lot of things from a very early age on. When I got back home, things were good for about 4 years, but issues came back. So in school, when I learned about Martin Luther King Jr., I felt that he was a pioneer for all of us. Everything bad that I had experienced, I was taught, was due to racism, inequality, and the white man keeping us down. So naturally, when I entered high school, I decided that the best thing that I could do was stand up for marginalized groups. And I helped found the Gay Straight Alliance Club in my high school. I also dyed my hair crazy colors. I got lots of piercings. I dressed really crazy, and I would stand up for anyone who I felt was being persecuted. When the Pride Fest came along right across the street from my high school every year, you could always find me outside shouting at the protesters, hurling insults. I even made it to the front page of the newspaper once during one of these events. I had a long-term girlfriend. I identified with the LGBTQ community. I became all leftist. When social media came into place, then I learned even deeper that the United States is a country that was founded on genocide and slavery, and that we still continue to oppress marginalized groups to this day. And anyone who says otherwise is to be shot down and torn into. So I became very, very good at arguing on the internet against conservative voices. I truly believe that this world was an awful place, and that as a Black woman of color, then my life was permanently going to be disastrous, just as the generations of the people behind me, and that I was powerless to stop it until the rest of the world changed. So as I grew up, that led to feelings of hopelessness, despair, depression, anxiety, and everything that comes with it. So naturally, I decided to try to end that life of suffering. I woke up in an ER and decided that it's time to change.
Wait a minute. When she says she decided to end her life of suffering, does that mean she tried to end her? Wow. Wow. The political side that she adored so much because she thought it spoke to her as a black woman made her so freaking miserable and so confused and so angry that she tried to end her life. Wow. Wow. Black people, if you're looking at this, and listen, I got other nationalities going to be looking at this too, but I really want to just this message, and I'm going to continue watching it. I'm not even going to say too much, but black people, if you listen to this, just understand if that's how she felt about it all, then obviously that's what they're putting in the water on purpose. They're training black people to be fearful of what's to come. And they're also training black people to look at Democrats as the only solution for the problems ahead. That's usually what a genius does. A genius not only creates a solution for a problem, but a genius also creates the problem for the solution. And that's what the left is doing. They're creating a problem and they're also creating a solution. Run to us. We're the only ones that can save you. Whereas all it seems like they are strategically trying to destroy Black America, and we don't even see it, and we're helping them do it. We vote for it time and time again. And if you look at all these blue states that are pissed off at what's going on with illegal immigration, oh my gracious. Okay, we're just going to play this and we're going to talk later.
So I had to start by figuring out why I felt that way. To me, it didn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, why wouldn't you feel that the world is a bad place? I mean, women have no rights. We live in a patriarchy. The climate is coming to an end. The world is going to burst into flames any minute, it seems, right? As a black woman, I was always going to be poor. I would never be given opportunities because I didn't have white privilege. I mean, what good was there in the world? So I had to go and find it. It started with me. It started with identifying where my behaviors were causing suffering in my life. And once I realized that I was propagating bad behaviors and changed them, I saw the world open up around me. I noticed that people were friendly to me. Even though my skin color hadn't changed, my outlook on life had changed, my attitude towards others had changed, and the world ended up becoming really friendly. I learned about economics and realized that corporations aren't keeping people down. There's just not infinite amount of money in the world, and things need to work in a certain way. You need to work harder, and you need to treat other people well and believe in yourself. I realized where the LGBT community was beginning to really get out of hand.
Hopefully she knows that they were targeting her, and before we even continue, I mean, I'm not going to say anything else after this, but I do want to point this out. I love how genuine she is. Nothing about this is performative. Nothing about this seems like she's trying to stretch or exaggerate the truth so people can feel for her any way at all. It seems like she's painfully pulling the truth out of her and giving it to others so that we can just know what the other side is doing. That's it. That's it. Kudos to you. Kudos to you.
It was very, very difficult for me to jump on board with the chemical castration of our children,
Oh,
with allowing people who suffered from depression and anxiety like me to go and get a myriad of cosmetic surgeries. I found that difficult to swallow, so those beliefs had to go too. I needed to find a meaning in life. I needed to find a purpose. I needed friends. And so I walked into my local Republican Party and discovered the most amazing people that I'd ever met in my life. I discovered projects that gave me fulfillment. I discovered goals to help me just feel better in general. Now, it's really weird to say because 13-year-old me would never be thinking that I could ever say this, but I'm genuinely happy. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy with my race. I'm happy with my family, my community, my society. I'm comfortable in the skin that I'm in. I have plenty of things to look forward to. I think that the world is a beautiful place. And right now, we are all being pushed into this doctrine that leads to hopelessness and suffering under the guise of care and kindness for others, even when it's not kind at all to anyone. So these days, I choose to be happy. I choose to have a good life surrounded by people that I love, and I found it by walking away from the Democratic Party. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, that was a beautiful testimony, and I also believe that she is far too beautiful to be having a whole bunch of cosmetic surgery. I don't. We allow the world and this country to dictate whatever the standard of beauty is, the standard of cool, smart, funny, educated, entertaining, successful, whatever the standard is set, we look at it like that's the only standard right there. Like, and we start to believe that you cannot be deemed successful if you're a plumber or if you're a policeman or if you're a technician or if you're a nurse or if you're a teacher or something like that. You're only successful if you're some high ranking official or a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Those, it's crazy what we allow to move into our minds rent free, set up shop and just destroy us from the inside out, causing us to do things to ourselves that's just harmful. It's extremely harmful. But I love the fact that she turned her life over and around. One thing I wish she would have mentioned though, and I know this isn't for everybody, but one thing I wish she would have mentioned was her relationship with God. I would have loved to hear about her relationship with God. That's just me though. Everybody don't believe in God, Van. Well, everybody should. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van. Now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all, and that was from Walk Away Campaign YouTube channel. See you on the next one.